Garcia, content to put it behind. Finally, Ulloa, the top scorer for Almeria, is ready to come on. He couldn't convince the previous manager to put him in the starting lineup. And despite the change, still can't get a place pinned down in the team, despite his goals. Iniesta, a lovely movement by Mascherano. A good challenge, Carlos Garcia. To be very close to number 5. Uche's got it down. Kruzak. The pace to test Maxwell here. Towards Piatti. Iniesta, quality midfield there. Getting all the way back into his own 6-yard box.
Well, look at the two players who've just been involved in retrieving the ball. Iniesta, decent header, and there was Afellay towards his own corner flag to pick up that ball.
The fouling going on by Carlos Garcia. Not allow these changes to come. Keita and Ulloa both ready. So Xavi does get a breather. 17 minutes at the end of the game. And of course, another terrific ovation.
But once again, he'll be delighted with his performance this evening. Just celebrated his 31st birthday yesterday. Players during the course of the season don't get an opportunity to celebrate. But once again, performance from Xavi is superb. We see that Ulloa has come on, and surprise, surprise, Goitom has made way for him.
Keita, amb el número 15, substitueix Xavi. I per l'Almeria, Ulloa, amb el número 20, ha substituït Goitom.
Here's Afellay. Barney puts in a challenge. Haven't put many challenges in. Haven't even really taken the fight to Barca. Sort of gone easy on them a little bit in the second half. We didn't expect them to do that, did we? Half-time we were speculating about more goals for Barca. Still quarter of an hour to play.
Yeah, normally they don't put the foot off the gas as such. But at times it's just a game of possession, just working it around, picking the time when they can just make those little advance runs in between the defenders. But you have to say as well that Esteban has made a few decent saves in the second half.
Jose Luis Oltra will be happy to see the back of this Copa del Rey semi-final, unless they can find a miraculous comeback. No or two tonight, 2 goals tonight, and they would still be interested for the second leg. Kruzak, fouled by Adriano. Got to make the most of a set piece. They do have the height advantage, quite considerably over Barca.
Yeah, they do. You see once again, Kruzak again is certainly one of those players who looks to get forward as often as possible. Just a little bit surprised, really, why they're trying to work the ball from left to right. John's just been highlighting the difference in height. Ulloa's 6'4", 6'5", a big unit. You've got Carlos Garcia, very tall, Pellerano as well. Michel Macedo is a tall lad. And they're going to play a short free kick.
Undecided about what to do. PK puts it away from the goalkeeper. Abidal to Maxwell. Because you're playing the masters in terms of a team getting the ball down and trying to play, aren't you? The obvious question is why not be a bit of a contrast, certainly when you've got a set piece and you've got a few big guys, not the biggest Almeria, but they're bigger than Barcelona.
At times you have to work to your strengths. And their strength is, at this present time, when they've got a free kick, not to shove the ball from left to right and try and work it out wide. Because we know with width players or wide players for Barcelona, they're decent, they've got pace, they're tactically aware. And at times you've just got to put it into an area and allow the big boys to try and attack the ball.
Krusat. Piatti's, well, he was making the run and then Krusat overhit it. Abidal might as well drive forward. There's a big gap for him to go into. Well, good skills as well from Eric Abidal. And here's Messi. You can see that Iniesta was there. Can they finish this off? It's still Iniesta. Deflected by Messi comfortably into the arms of Esteban.
Well, you can see straight away it's not just the front players who have all the skill and technique. Look at that, Abidal, 6'1", 6'2", very nimble on his feet. Does really well in the final third. And it just looked at one stage that Iniesta was looking to try and just walk the ball into the net. This is the opportunity here for Iniesta. He's trying to get down the outside of Macedo. Tries to pull the ball back. Messi does get a touch on it.
Educated. Bit careless from Barcelona. Affalay and Messi. Messi and Iniesta. Iniesta decides to go on himself. It's a corner.
Well, I'm very similar to Iniesta. I'm having a wry smile here because the closeness of the link play between himself and Lionel Messi is exquisite. He's trying to look for a penalty. Good technique, you have to say, to start off with. You see that Macedo's already gone to ground. Iniesta's looking for the penalty, but I think the referee has got that one right.
Everybody up in knots, didn't he? Including himself. There's Aloa. Milito gets a game by grabbing hold of the ball and refusing to let go of it. Who's coming off? Saw Piqué hobbling, making any attempt to move, though, is he?
I'll tell you what, he needs to get on the pitch very quickly, otherwise there'll only be about 2 or 3 minutes left by the time they knock the ball out. You know that there's 10 minutes remaining of the game.
Affalay seems a little reluctant to put himself physically alongside the defender there. Piqué with a challenge. Doesn't look any problem at the moment for Piqué. There's a lower. Big target man from Argentina. He was fouled, so they can get Milito on if they want to.
I'm not sure what's going to happen, John.
Krusat to Luna. Oh, what a poor cross. Loa was there in the middle waiting. It was an obvious target.
And now be the opportunity. See for Milito coming on. It's Maxwell who's making way. You have to say that Maxwell's certainly done nothing wrong this evening. But take into account there with Luna when he comes to try and get around the outside of Adriano. When you get into those sort of areas, you've got about 100 yards to pull that ball back. And as it was just too lazy as far as I'm concerned, especially when you've got the likes of Aloha and his height and his presence. But Melito only gets another 8 or so minutes. He certainly needs more game time if he's going to get fitness back to the player that he was.
Abidal's gone left back and Melito will play through the centre. Affile, Sedu Keita and Pedro. A lovely touch and it's Messi. Oh, the goal that might have been, not to be. Uche to Piatti. Aloha wants it in the air. Might go for the volley, Aloha. Off target, but it was a shot on goal. Not had one of those for a while from Almeria.
But you can see then where Piatti receives that ball. He has a quick look up, sees that Aloha is unmarked. In behind Melito. Melito's not getting close enough, but at least Aloha has an attempt on target. I'm sure if that was Goitom, it would have been a first touch, and the second touch might have been a tackle. But it is weird why Aloha's not getting a lot of game time, John. Very strange with the amount of goals that he's scored so far this season.
Doesn't look particularly stylish, that's the thing, but the goals record obviously weighs in his favour.
It reminds me, when you look at him, he looks like a Savo Milosevic type of player. We know that Savo is more of a left-sided and Aloha is more right-sided. But that's what he reminds me of.
Jose Ortiz is the next player to come on. Piatti just gets a rest. Jose Ortiz has been around a long time. I was telling you earlier about the length of time that Almeria, Union Deportiva Almeria, has been a football club. Ortiz has been at the club longer than its current formation. He was at the old Almeria. And he could never have dreamed when they were playing down in the depths of Spanish football that he would be playing against Barcelona at the Camp Nou, but here he is.
It's surprising, he's the club captain. He's not made a La Liga start for 3 years, John. Bizarre.
Messi's header. Last touch off the Ballon d'Or winner for the last 2 years, Leo Messi.
He's got a little bit of catching up for the Pichichi as well, hasn't he, with Cristiano Ronaldo. I think is he 4 goals ahead of him.
Here's Abidal. And Messi really has slowed down. Be interesting to see the stats on just how much ground Messi has covered in his second half. I'd have a guess about half as much as he covers in a normal 45-minute period. See why they're not too worried about playing the senior team midweek and then weekend, midweek and weekend. But they're not tested at all. Play 3 games a week.
In respect of Lionel Messi, he's the world's best player and has been for the last couple of years. But he wants to play every game possible.